Welcome back to the Garza Gaming Channel. Today we're going to talk about the bonus update to 9.2 that's going live March 8th or next Tuesday. There is a few nerfs that's going out in this bonus update that's going to anger a few people. But hey man, are these bonuses going to be good or bad? I don't know, but we're about to find out. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we go with the bonus update to 9.2. So let's talk about this, right? We're obviously going to get a few skins, but let's get to the meat of it, right? And here we go, the balancing of items. And as y'all know, man, our mages got some really nice buffs in the way of flat pin with the new 9.2 update. And I knew it was going to be a matter of time, man, before they scaled that back a bit. Because I'm telling you, all our mages just became OP overnight on builds that we already had in place, simply because the fact that a lot of the items they were already using are the ones that got a heightened flat pin boost on them, right? In fact, between Spear of the Mangus, Divine Ruin, and Spear Desolation combined, that you were getting an extra 15 flat pin, right? So what ended up happening is the nerf came back, man. They saw that our mages got way too OP, especially the big ones like Zeus and Kukulkan, right? So they went ahead and scaled back on these items. So what ended up happening is Spear of the Mangus, Divine Ruin, and Spear Desolation had a nerf to their flat pin. So with the 9.2 update where the flat pin went from 10 to 15 flat pin, now they scaled it back into the midpoint of 12 flat pin. So not too big of a change. We're looking at what, 9 less flat pin. So I don't think it's going to affect our builds too much. In fact, any of the mage builds that we put into place for season 9 are not going to be affected much. They're still good to go. There's no changes that need to be made, in my opinion, right? Okay, so the next item that's getting nerfed is Celestial Legion Helm. So they're going to decrease the magical power from 90 to 80. Seer of the Jungle, they're decreasing the physical power from 70 to 65, decreasing magical power from 105 to 95, decreasing attack speed from 30% to 25%, and removing the initial cooldown of 15 seconds. Okay, so Belt of the Berserker, right? The upgrade, one of the upgrade glyphs to Belt of Frenzy. So decreasing the initial damage buff from 30% to 25%. And then decrease the initial attack speed buff from 50% to 40%. So that's a pretty big nerf right there. Now, I don't really use the Belt of Berserker, but for those that do, I'm pretty sure are going to feel this. Okay, so here we go, man, with the God nerfs. And you know it was due, man. It was due. I'm surprised it took them this long to touch Zeus, right? But yeah, the nerf back finally struck the big almighty Zeus, the god of gods, right? So here's what's going on, man. They ended up nerfing his detonated charge. So his number 3 where he goes, doosh, and brings his people down, right? So what ended up happening, they decreased the base damage from 60, 90, 120, 150, 180 to 50, 80, 110, 140, and 170. So 10 late game, right? It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you start multiplying it by the number of charges, is a significant amount of damage, right? So it says through the 1.7 and 2.4 multiplier, X multiplier, this has the following effects on detonate at 2 and 3 stacks, right? So at 2 stacks, they decrease the damage from 102, 153, 204, 255, and 306 to 85, 136, 187, 238, and late game 287. So it got reduced from 306 to 289 with 2 stacks, right? With 3 stacks, it got reduced late game from 432 to 408. So that's a significant amount of nerf right there. What is that? 20, let me see, about, 32, quick math in my head because I just woke up. I don't know, man. It's like 26, I guess, damage for, or 24 points of damage, something like that. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Is this going to really be freaking life-changing for Zeus? No, dude. No. Zeus is still the most powerful god in Arena, and this little bitty nerf, while yeah, it's going to reduce his player damage in-game, right? His player damage count at the end. So you might not do 60,000 or 50,000 damage. You might do 48,000 damage. You know what I'm saying? But this still is not going to change the fact that Zeus is a powerhouse and in my opinion still the most powerful god in freaking Smite Arena, bar none. Now keep in mind though that this nerf is very significant in the fact that you got to keep in mind you're multiplying two nerfs here, right? Or combining two nerfs. You got the nerf from the detonating charge and the nerf from all three of the items we use for our Zeus build. So you're gonna see a significant amount of damage reduction from what you're used to getting as player damage at the end of the game, or minion damage, you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. It's not just the detonated charge that's nerfing your damage, it's also the combination of losing 9 flat pin. Okay, so moving on. So for her unstable manifestation, right? They decrease the buff of Soul's basic attack while at max health from plus 20% damage to 15% damage. So they reduced it by 5%. That's what, yeah, I guess that is a significant amount. I really don't play so much. So if you're a soul main and once this nerf goes into place, if you see this, it's a significant change. Hey man, put it down in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts on that, right? Okay, Izazami. So for her general basic damage got changed, right? So they decreased the base damage, her base physical power from 36 to 34. And decrease her base attack speed from 0.75 to 0.92. Not a very big significant change to Izazami. I don't think you're going to feel the difference, to tell you the truth. So I don't think that's that big of a nerf. Okay, so here we go with Shiva. So his emblazoned sweep, they decreased the physical power scaling from 60% to 55% on initial hit. To be honest, I think they probably should have reduced that to 50% hit. So it's not going to be that big of a deal. Now his ult, they decreased the physical power scaling from 50% to 45%. For the damage one, his damage dance, his destruction dance, and then they decreased the amplification dance, which also from 25% to 22.5%. Right, so it amplifies, instead of amplifying stuff by 25%, it's only going to amplify it by 22.5, which is really, you're not going to feel that at all. I don't even know who uses that dance. I've seen a lot more people using that destruction dance more than anything. To tell you the truth, though, that destruction dance is pretty OP, dude. I'm surprised that they didn't reduce that down to 40%. I think 40% would have been more in tune. Maybe they're just trying to slowly roll back and get a feel for it, but expect that. I think that's going to get nerfed more in the future. Okay, so Pillar of Dawn, they decreased the damage mitigation from 40% to 30%. That sounds about right. Oh my goodness, Gilgamesh, dude. Again, I am not a Gilgamesh player, as y'all know, but I do, my heart does bleed for our Gilgamesh players. Dude, Gilgamesh is just another Baron. They're just beating the crap out of him with that Nerf stick, man. That Nerf bat is just beating the crap out of this guy, and the tunes just keep on coming, man. So his Heroes Advance, they decrease the physical power scaling from 50% to 40%, which is huge, man. That is a huge drop. His wins, Shamash, they decreased the physical power scaling from 50 to 40%. That's crazy, dude. This is the 50 to 40. That's what they should have done for Shiva, to tell you the truth, and left poor Gilgamesh alone. But man, it is what it is. So Bastet, all right, her pounce, they decreased the base damage from 80, 145, 210, 275, 340 to 80. So her at level 1 has not changed. It starts changing at level 2 at 135, 190, 245, and 300. So late game, you're losing 40 damage. 40 damage is huge, man. 40 damage is huge. Now, they also decreased the physical power scaling from 100% to 90%. So a 10% reduction in damage. Yep, that's a pretty big nerf for Bastet, I'm afraid. in Fenrir, dude, they actually nerfed his Ragnarok. They nerfed his ult, which is very surprising. So what they ended up doing, they actually decreased the duration that his ult lasts by 1 second, right? And they also decreased the time that Fenrir can hold an enemy after biting them from 2 seconds to 1.75 seconds. Now they go into saying that this applies for its full length after the initial duration, even if Fenrir grabs someone at the last second. So I don't know what that means, man. I don't know if that means that if you snatch somebody up at 4 seconds, before your ult goes away, if you snatch somebody up, that you continue to hold them for 1.75 seconds later. I don't know, man. That's the way I'm reading it. It makes no sense to me. So if you can better explain that, put it in the comments down below. But yeah, I think they could have clarified or said that a little bit better to make it a little bit clearer, right? But anyway, going on. So now it also gives you 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60% magical and physical protections while in your ult, instead of just multiplying your protections by 2x, right? So before, when you went to an ult with Fenrir, whatever protections you had for magical and physical, it got doubled while you're in that to protect you. Now, instead of doing that, they're going to give you an additional flat base for both physical and magical protections, man. But yeah, dude, that's pretty much everything for the new bonus update that's going to go live next Tuesday, March 8th. So not a lot of nerfs, but enough nerfs to really agitate our mages, right? And especially our Gilgamesh players. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that they nerfed Gilgamesh again. As it is now, you hardly see Gilgamesh in Arena anymore, and I'm pretty sure after these nerfs you're probably going to see him less and less, which is heartbreaking, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to lie, I hate going against Gilgameshes because they're so OP, but I mean, it is what it is. They keep beating the crap out of all these good, hard-hitting gods, or these gods that can be played very well. Then we're not going to have any gods that are any good anymore in Smite. But anyway, that's just my opinion. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And I'm letting you know right now, there's another update coming here soon. The 9.3 update, I've already took a look at it. And I'm telling you right now, while we had a lot of nerfs in this update, we're going to be getting a bunch of buffs in that update. So expect to see that video here soon. Again, for all y'all that haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm Garza, your OG on the GC. See you next time.